Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just straight out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode... Oh, I don't even remember now. I haven't posted this in so long, and I seriously don't remember. I want to say it's like episode 8. I think it's 8. Episode 8 of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays OOTP series here, and today we are back for the start of the 2000-2001 offseason, and as you can see, the game has implemented our new color and logo. I didn't even do this manually. This is just the game... recognizing when the Devil Rays switched up their logos and their colors a little bit. So that's kind of cool. I didn't even expect that. But I do want to explain where I've been. I haven't posted OOTP in like a week now, I think. Because this video I'm expecting to go up Saturday. And I think the last OOTP video I posted might have been Saturday. It might have been Friday. I don't remember. But like the week before. So if you guys didn't know, some of you might have, but I'm back at school now. I actually went back to school last Saturday, so a week ago now, by the time you'll see this video. And I've just, haven't really been able to record yet, so I apologize. And you guys probably won't see OOTP videos as frequently as I've been posting them in the past, just because it's going to be a lot harder for me to sit down and record these, like, hour and a half, 2 hour long recording sessions, while I'm at school. So I'll try to get this up like at least twice a week I'm aiming for, but really no guarantees other than that. But I still want to continue forward with this series because we've really started to build something here in Tampa Bay. 98 wins last year was a disappointing playoff exit. We failed to secure our franchise's first playoff win, and it looks like, holy crap, Aaron Boone hit 562 in the champion. Oh my god, he's a really good player since we traded him to Oakland. Nice. What did we even get for him again? I don't remember. I think it was a pitcher. Oh, we got Ryan Christensen. Okay, well, Christensen had a good year, so I can't complain. But anyway, so yeah, we've really built something here. I'm really excited about the team moving forward. And Arthur Rhodes has executed his contract option, so he will be back. $5 million, I think it is. Yeah, 5.6. Okay, that's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm willing to pay that for Arthur Rhodes. We need the left-handed relief help, and he was good for us down the stretch. But that's a lot. I mean, if money comes down to it, that's going to be one of the guys I might try to whack. But alright, anyway, so I don't really care about this. What's our new budget? We have a little bit of extra budget this year, so hopefully that'll help the Arthur Rhodes situation. Do we have any expiring personnel? Yes, we do. Team trainer. Alright, so we'll hire that first. Let's sign team staff. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it was another... it was another Braves-Indians World Series. I think that's the second one of this series already. And the Braves did win. I'm not sure in how many games. We can check that out in just a sec. But I do want to look at some trainers here. So, alright, I usually like to look at prevention. I've had, based on my experience, that's the way to go. Plus, if we prevent injuries, you don't have to worry about healing from them. Am I right? Anyway, so we want to... Alright, so this guy... He's inexperienced. 11 years. Experience unproven. Prevent arms. Prevent... If I didn't care about one of these, it'd probably be back injuries. So, if there's a guy who's good, but maybe doesn't do backs very well, I might look at him. Prevent other... Alright, this might be the way to go. Only 6 years, so he's young. So he probably has room to grow. And he's got good prevention except for other, which is just unproven. And he's balanced, so maybe his ratings will average out. And he's only 43, so alright, we're going to go with this guy, Juan Torres. 4 years works for me. Let's look at the salary arbitration. So, alright, Armando Benitez is our only free agent this year. It looks like 5.33 ERA. I remember we brought him in on a 1-year deal last year, and he was not very good, so I think we'll let him go. And then as for these guys, Raul Ibanez. So Ibanez had a really good season. If you guys remember, 307, that's what he hit. 863 OPS. Followed up, a good 1999 with an even better 2000. So definitely want him back. I think, what does he want? 1.5 it looks like. That is absolutely fine by me. He's still got 3 years of team control left, so no rush to get an extension in with him yet. Alright, Randy Wynn, he had a really good year. He hit 333, 4.7 wins above replacement. It was kind of a breakout year for him, but I wouldn't expect him to hit 333 again. I imagine his BABIP was, well, based on his first years, I'm going to guess it was 40 points higher than his normal, and 30 points. Alright, so he was a little bit better. He cut down his strikeouts, which will help his batting average, but yeah, his BABIP was pretty high, so I don't expect him to hit 333 again, but I will bring him back, of course. He is another one of our core members, and he's still got 3 years of team control left, so lots of, lots of ABs left for Randy Wynn in a Devil Rays uniform. Now, Paul Konerko, we absolutely want to bring back. In fact, this is the guy I would most consider handing out an extension to, considering his first 2 years in Tampa have been absolutely extraordinary. So the thing is, though, he's still got 4 years of team control left. So it's a little bit premature for an extension. So I'm just going to offer him $3 million here. Hopefully he'll take that. He hasn't had a lot of service time to already be earning $3 million, but I guess that's what happens when you win Rookie of the Year and then follow it up with another 40 home run season. Aaron Ledesma. So Ledesma kind of had a down year. He didn't hit his usual 320 at 270 instead. His strikeouts were right around the same, so I wonder if his BABIP might have just gone down. Let's see. Yeah, so he usually hangs around 370, 380. This year is 316. So he'll probably bounce back, and he's not looking for a lot of money. So I mean, yeah, $260,000. I'd pay that to a bench player. So even if he turns out to not have a starting job next year, still at $300,000 or $260 or whatever, that's a fine salary. Scott Rowland, of course, the big trade acquisition we made. We've still got 1 year of team control left on him, so this is really the guy we want to extend if we can. I don't know if we're going to be able to though. I might have to look at future salary commitments. Let's look at front office salaries here. So this is 2001. So our payroll's already projected to go up, then go back down. So we would have money for a guy like Rowland if we wanted to extend him past 2001. Sienna's will come off the books. Arthur Rhodes will come off the books. Loaiza, Mercer. So yeah, we definitely have some room to work. So I think if we want to extend Rowland now, we should do that because he's a guy. He's only 25. I think he could be a core piece here for a while, even under a big extension. So I'm not sure what the market for a guy like this is, to be honest. I mean, I should offer him like $10 million a year. I don't want to offer him more than I have to, but I don't know, maybe like $8 million a year for like 7 years with a team option. So this is his age. We'll just call this as 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and then this 32 would be a team option. All right, it's a fair offer, so $8 million a year. I'd pay that for Scott Rowland, I would think. So, all right, we'll get him under that extension then. That is good. And let's see, Damian Jackson, we claimed off waivers at the end of last year. We don't need to bring him back. Neil Roberts, also a waiver claim, kind of a defensive infielder. We'll bring him. I'd rather have him over Jackson just because of his defensive value. So we'll keep him. $380,000 is a fine price. Jason Varitek, we obviously want back. He had another really good year. In fact, even better than his last year. 6.2 wins above replacement. One of the better players on the team, really. So still 3 years of team control left, though, and I wouldn't say he's really a proven superstar or anything like that. So I'm just going to offer him the 1 year deal. We've got a lot of guys with 3 years of team control left, so it kind of looks like we have ourselves a 3 year window almost, because we're not going to be able to re-sign all these guys when they all hit free agency. Mike DeFelice, I guess we'll bring him back. $240,000. That's probably the least we're gonna pay a backup catcher. So, or the least you can pay a backup catcher. So, all right. Daniel Wilson had kind of a breakout year. 3.98 ERA was pretty effective. Starting to kind of fill out into the guy I thought he might be when we traded for him. So we'll give him. He's got 2 years of team control left. So we'll just do a 1 year offer with him again. Oops, I don't care about my sound. All right, $1.3 million. That's fine. Terrell Wade. I think we'll let Terrell Wade go. Jesus Sanchez. We'll bring Sanchez back. He was actually effective last year, despite his low rating. $390. That's fine. Jim Mercer we'll bring back despite having a really down year. In fact, if anything, this would be a good year to get him under an extension. But at the same time, after last year, I don't really know if he's any good anymore because he's 30. So we'll just go with the 1 year offer to him. 1.9. He's another guy that if it really came down to it, if I had to cut money to sign a guy I really wanted, Mercer might be a guy I go to cut $2 million off the books because that's money I don't know if I have to pay. But 17 game winner Esteban Loaiza, definitely I want to bring back. I know wins don't mean anything for a pitcher, but still, he had a 4.13 ERA last year, so it wasn't that bad. And then Tony Saunders turning into a bona fide superstar, breakout year really last year, 2.68 ERA, thanks in large part to a 2.68 BABIP, but still, not a lot of home runs. He does walk a lot of guys, but seems to work around it. I mean, he's had success in the past. I don't see. The thing is about giving him an extension is I'm not. If I give him an extension, I'm not paying him to be a 2.68 ERA guy because basically when I look at it, he's been the same pitcher for the last 2 years. The only difference is his BABIP was a lot lower this year, but the Ks were the same, the walks were the same, the home runs were the same. So I'm thinking he's more closer to that. That's what I would extend him for, and I think his FIP must have been right around the same, right? 3.88, 3.97 the year before. So if we do offer him a multi-year extension, it's got to be for, like, not as a staff ace, but as like a staff 2 or 3. So the question is, what do you pay a guy like that in this kind of markets? Is the question of questions here. Let's try Let's try like a $5 million a year salary. Oh yeah. What am I even doing? He's not even a free. No thanks. I'm not gonna extend him until I have to. So we're going to offer him 2.6. I don't know why. I thought he was in the last year of service time, but he's got 3 more years of service as well. So, all right. So that is that. I'm gonna cut out now and probably skip ahead till right around the start of free agency. I will talk about the team here for a moment though, because I want to do some things off camera. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull off any trades or anything, but I just sort of want to address what I'm going to be looking for this offseason, so that if I do cut back in with a trade, you guys aren't completely caught off guard. So I think for the most part the rotation is good. I'm going to bring back the same 5 guys that we had. Hopefully Zito takes a step forward this year, and eventually he'll replace Loaiza as the number 4 when Loaiza leaves next year. But I'm always looking for bullpen help. I think the bullpen can always be improved upon. We don't have a ton of great arms here, so I think, if we added another really, really good reliever or two, I think that would be a good addition to have, especially a righty, because we have a lot of lefties right now. But I think we can improve upon Benitez's spot and then maybe whack one of our lefties in favor of a right-handed pitcher. But so that's that. And then, like I said, rotation I'm not going to touch, but the lineup I might touch. So the outfield for the most part is good. We have Cipriano Sepulveda, who I think I might want to get some playing time to next year. But the thing is, we don't really have room for him, because we have Sean Green, Randy Wynn, and Raul Ibanez, all left-handed bats. So Sepulveda, who is also a left-handed bat, doesn't really fit in as any kind of platoon there. But what I might do is use one of my outfield bats to try and trade for an infielder. Now, I think I'm good with Michael Hart at second base next year. I invested too much in him to give up on him after just one season, and he actually wasn't really even that bad. I think I still have hope for him. I think he's going to be a good player. So he's my second baseman next year. I know that. Third base I know is rolling, but shortstop, like I said, Ledesma, this is a spot we can improve upon, and I think maybe help us take the next step. So, it's been the offense that has not been elite yet for us. Our rotation and our pitching staff as a whole, I think, is really good. Almost in that elite category. But our offense, I think we can improve upon. So, I'm definitely going to be looking to make a move for a shortstop, I think. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to cut out now, and I will be back. All right. So of course I forgot about the first-year player draft. So we've got that to do. We've got the 30th overall pick. I imagine that comes for. I don't even know, because why did the Blue Jays have the 31st pick? Shouldn't they? I guess they have the 8th pick as well, so I don't know. That's got to be... they probably didn't sign their first-round pick last year. I don't know. I'm just going to confuse myself if I try to look at it anymore, so let's just skip ahead. Let's make our pick. So, as we saw from last year's draft, we often really only have one... Ooh, and you know what? I might not even have to find a shortstop, because I think I might just draft my shortstop for next year. You really often only have one sort of shot in a draft like this, especially with all the supplemental picks. So you do want to hit if you can. So we are obviously going to be very careful with our first-round pick now. I don't think we need another starter. We've got 5 good starters. Zambrano looks like he's going to be a reliever, so not worth going after. Let's go back to the batters, and you can see the first couple guys are shortstops. David Eckstein, who won a World Series. Actually won 2 World Series, didn't he? He won with the Cardinals and the Angels. Felipe Lopez, Juan Uribe would be a bit more of a project, a long-term guy. But I think it's obvious who we should go here. David Eckstein. He's cheaper than Lopez. He's got a pedigree. And I like his stats. I think he could be exactly what Aaron Ledesma is, kind of a contact-hitting shortstop, but hopefully a better version. And we wouldn't even have to trade up. We wouldn't even have to trade one of our outfielders. So I think that is the way to go. Let's go to the next pick. See if there's anything half decent left. I doubt it. Yeah, pretty much not. Cesar Crespo. What about just do all players? All right, so there are good relievers. Ooh, Blaine Neal. Ooh, might have to get Blaine Neal. Slow to absorb construction, but with that kind of movement, I don't know if that's necessary. All right, we'll go with Blaine Neal. And is a righty. Okay, perfect. And what else? We could get Sunwoo Kim or John Redling, whatever his name is. He looks like he's half decent. As well as Kevin Olson. Those more pitches than Redling. These guys are listed as starter. Ooh, this guy's a starter? Really? And he's still available. Okay. What about Danny's... I don't even care. I'm going with Fogg. If this guy's actually a starter, then... Cornea, I'm not as high in Cornea, but Fogg I like. Alright, so we'll get him. Alright, and then there really aren't any good relievers left. I'll take this guy, though. Chris George, depth starter. Why not? Can always use depth starters. And then anything left? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. Let's complete the rest of the draft. We are done with that. And we'll offer, let's go to salary. No. What am I doing here? Negotiate with draftees. Brandon Knight, do I really want this guy? Probably not, but I'm going to offer him a contract anyway. Negotiate, meet your demand. Alright. Alright, so we're just a couple days ahead of free agency here. We had a pretty interesting awards season, and we also just got this crazy trade offer. Derek Jeter and Ramiro Mendoza for Scott Rowland, Manny Domingo, and Pablo Gonzalez. So that is absurd. And Domingo progressing along pretty nicely. He had a full year in AA last year, so I'm going to give him this year in AAA. And then, like I said, next year Loaiza probably will be gone. We'll bump Zito up, and then we'll put Domingo in the rotation. And hopefully we will be able to keep all these guys. Wilson, we'll see what we do with Daniel Wilson, because he's only got 2 years of team control left. So, if it came down to it, we could maybe re-sign Loaiza and get rid of Wilson. We'll have some options, but that's pretty much the long-term plan with the rotation. So as for the award season we had, it was a pretty good one. So let's start from the bottom here. So Gold Gloves did not win a single Gold Glove, but we did win the Reliever of the Year, Rudy Sienes. You remember we made a last-ditch effort to sign last year, and it turned out to work really well. He became the closer mid-season, 21 saves at 2.18 ERA, 1.2 wins above replacement, so a phenomenal season out of him, and he gets rewarded for it. No Platinum Sticks or Silver Sluggers or whatever. Jesus Reyes won the Rookie of the Year. Remember, this is the guy we almost traded for from Anaheim, or one of the guys we were thinking about. We were going after one of their third basemen, and probably would have honestly gone after Gloss, I'm not even going to try. But we went after Roland instead, and it worked out just fine. Wade Boggs wins Manager of the Year. That is pretty cool. So that's the first time we've won that. And Tim Hudson is your Cy Young. And second place was Tony Saunders. So it was the first Cy Young we've won in franchise history. So pretty cool stuff there. And Hudson, really phenomenal year. Actually had a better FIP than Saunders. 3.62. 6.7 wins above replacement. Like I said, really good year. 3.05 ERA, 21 wins. Great stuff all around. He definitely deserves that Cy Young. Looking like we made the right choice with that third overall pick. Only thing I'm regretting now is, why did I bring him up at the beginning of the year? I could have had the extra year of service time out of him instead. I'm going to lose him a year earlier, it looks like, but oh well, we'll deal with that when we come to it. So let's keep simulating here. We'll get towards free agency. So I decided not to go after a stud shortstop, at least not unless there's one that I really like in free agency, or an international one, or whatever. Actually, I don't even think we have international free agents here. But either way, I just decided I went through the rebuilding teams, the teams that were listed as rebuilding under their trade thing. And the stuff is subject to change sometimes, but it doesn't look like it's changed from when I was scoping it out. And there just weren't any stud shortstops available. I just decided if I was going to trade for a shortstop after drafting David Eckstein, it was going to have to be or someone like a stud, like a top 5 shortstop. Now, someone that good. And if I couldn't find anyone that good, I'm just going to go with Eckstein, because I already have him. He cost us nothing. All he cost us was a first-round pick. So, and I mean, I shouldn't say all it cost us. That makes it sound like I'm diminishing the value of a first-round pick, but we've already spent it. We already have Eckstein. He's on the roster for free now, so I have him. Unless it's a significant upgrade, I'm not going to give up a lot to get a little bit of an upgrade. So, anyway, that is my philosophy on that. Let's take a look at the free agents. We go off-season center. So I can already see some really big names here. Mark McGwire, who's coming off of some ridiculous years in Boston. He hit 72 home runs in 1999. That would have been a new major league record, and then 55 last year. Palmeiro's a free agent. The thing is, we don't need a first baseman unless we wanted to move Konerko to left field or something. Chingo Park, I don't even know how much money we have, but let's look at the list of free agents I like looking at. I much prefer looking at this. Chingo Park, wow, he's had some really good years in LA. So yeah, we don't have any money. We only have $2 million to spend. So if you do go after somebody like Carlos Alvarez, for example, no, I'm kidding. I'm not. Although I'm not going to sign any of these really good relievers. I'll just let the game snatch them up if they want them. But if you do want to sign somebody, like a Charles Johnson. See, if I needed a starting catcher, I'd totally go after Johnson. In the steroid era, this guy's perfect for the money that he's going to demand. I would totally go after him, but we don't need a catcher. Other than that, Edgardo Alfonso. What about Shane Andrews, third base? Injured, coming off of kind of a down year, I guess, but he had some good years in Montreal, it looks like. No, we don't need a third baseman. I would have picked him up if he could have played a little bit around the infield, but if he can only play third base, we don't need him, because Roland's got that spot for now and for the future after he signed that extension. Let's see, Brett Boone, been down that road. Johnny Damon, don't need another. I just don't know. I don't think we need anything, I mean, maybe a relief help. Let's look at relievers, because that's, if we're going to spend this $2 million. I think that's where we ought to spend it. So Paul Quantrill's a free agent again. He had a pretty good year last year, 2.78 ERA. We could look for a guy like Paul Shuey coming off of a down year, but with historically a pretty solid track record. Let's look at his real life stats. So I just want his basic pitching stats. So yeah, 90 would have been. Oh yeah, I'll just look at these stats. That's so much easier. All right, so good track record, not a great one. Looks like he's kind of due for a down year every once in a while. And he's demanding more than we even have to offer. So he does not make much sense from our end. But a guy like John Wetland might. 34-year-old former Yankee closer. Trevor Hoffman, no thanks. Although he's very, very good. I cannot afford him. This guy, Palacios, Billy Taylor. I don't know. I honestly think we might just be better off trying to trade for a reliever instead of searching for one in free agency. I think we'll find a better one through trade. So I'm going to look for a trade. I'm just looking for literally one reliever, and I think I might be all set. Alright, so this isn't actually what I initially intended to do here, but I just sort of stumbled upon this, and I don't think I can disagree. Or I don't think I can decline. So Ryan Christensen was one of the guys I was looking to, try and flip for a reliever. Guy we probably don't need this year, with Sepulveda being the fourth outfielder. Floyd's our DH, so we have tons of different guys we can play in the outfield. We can even throw Konerko out there if we had to. So we just don't really need Christensen anymore. He helped us out last year when we suffered some injuries. Cost us Aaron Boone, but no big deal. Instead, we got Scott Rowland, so it's not really that bad of not really that bad of an issue. But so I was just looking to see if I shop him around, see if I get a good reliever offered to us. And this guy was offered to us, who is not a good reliever, but I think he's gonna be. Look at his ratings here. Look at his potential ratings. So yeah, and he can throw almost 100 or just about 100. He's durable. So 6 more years of team control, which is the part I love about this the most. Everyday guy, and he's Dutch. I mean, nothing not to like about this trade, so we're doing this. And I'm going to add Knowlton to the bullpen this year, I think. If I started them out in AAA for the first 50-something days of the season, I think I could even get a 7th year of service time out of him if I wanted to. It wouldn't be a full year, but it'd be like a half year. It'd be like 6.5 years of him. So I might do that. I don't know, though. We'll see. It depends what the outlook of our bullpen is going to be, but we're going to put him in the 40-man for now. And we will send him down to AAA. But alright, so I don't know if that's going to be the only bullpen move we make. Still don't really have that much money to spend, and we free some up with Christensen, I believe. I don't think he was making that much, but actually, he might have just been making the minimum now that I think about it. Alright, so I found a trade I'm going to do with the Cleveland Indians. So I just went down the, award, the Reliever of the Year award placings, and looked at those guys specifically because I knew those were going to be guys coming off of good years. One of them was Jeff Shaw from the World Series losing Cleveland Indians. Now you guys might be thinking, why would a World Series team trade a really good reliever like Jeff Shaw, who had a 1.93 ERA last year and a 2.13 the year before? Well, first off, he doesn't have a long track record of success. Second off, he's in the final year of his contract. And third off, the Indians don't have any good lefties in their bullpen. So this sort of just worked out like this. I didn't intend it to, but if we were going to pick up a guy like Shaw and pick up his salary, we're going to have to get rid of a guy like Arthur Rhodes. And this just makes too much sense for both squads. If we have too many lefties in the bullpen, the Indians don't have enough. They have already, their only lefty in their Major League bullpen is Troy Hubbard, and this guy blows. So I think they could use a good lefty. We're also going to give them Esteban Yan. I didn't even mean to give them Mark Bellhorn, actually. It should have been Neil Roberts, but if they'll do Bellhorn instead, I'll probably keep Roberts. So yeah, go for it. Bellhorn and Dave Hall, who's garbage. So, alright, pretty good deal, in my opinion. It's basically just a swap, Rhodes and some crap for Shaw. So, we will do this, and we've added to our bullpens pretty sufficiently, I would say. So, Shaw will add. He will be, I don't know, do I give him the closer or the setup role now? I mean, we've got 2 of the best relievers in the AL after last year, so I think we'll give him the setup role. But, alright, so that is that. We don't have a lot of money left, so I think I'm just going to cut out now, and I'll be back at the start of spring training. Alright, so we've got the Rule 5 draft here. I've added everyone I need to add. I think the only guy I added to the 40-man was Jason Johnson, who I'm not even sure if he would get picked, and I'm not even sure if I'd care if he got picked, but I just figured we have the 40-man space. He's a guy that, if I can, I would like to keep. So, alright, let's skip to the next pick by Tampa Bay. No one gets picked from us. That is good. We'll sort by potential, though. I think when I was looking at the class, it looked like there was a lot of guys with high potential, but not a lot of guys with high overall. As much as it would be great to take a guy like Carlos Garcia, I don't think I'm going to be taking anybody in this draft unless, yeah, let's look at OOTP. It's the only rating. What am I talking about? We don't even have Ed Scout in this. Yeah, we don't need any of these guys. Good, CJ Nikowski. Look at that. But alright, we are going to skip this and continue forward. Alright, so we are at the start of the preseason here for 2001. So I just wanted to see, I assume, yes, Rafael Palmeiro and Mark McGwire, and Edgar Martinez for that matter, are still here. As is Barry Bonds. Jesus, only looking for a one-year deal. Oh, God, he is horrible now. That is sad. Boy, when he was pretty good when he was 36 in real life. But anyway, so yeah, it would make a lot of sense to go after a guy, not really Edgar Martinez, but a guy like Palmeiro or McGwire, even though they're both exclusively first basemen. Konerko can play left field. Plus, we have Floyd at DH. He can play left field. He could play right field. We could move guys around if we really had to. Sean Green had a really disappointing first year with us, and he's got 3 more years left on his deal. So, if the right deal came along to move him and his money, I don't think I would be opposed. But anyway, the only thing that, and like I said, that might make sense. But the only thing is, A, we don't have the money. We would have to trade a guy like Sean Green if we wanted to do that. B, it'd be they're both Type A free agents, and I've explained this before, but I just don't know if it's really worth giving up a first-round pick. I mean, you just saw it. The drafts in the historical OOTPs like this are, they're like NFL drafts. I mean, you pick guys in the first round, and they come in and they can be immediately starters for you, and that's the beauty of a draft in an OOTP series like this. So that's why those picks are really valuable, like even more valuable than they would be otherwise. So that's why you'll probably really never see me sign a big-name free agent until they change the free agent rules with the new CBA when that comes into effect in about 11 years. So, yeah. And also, I wanted to show you guys the Hall of Fame voting, because a couple of people had asked for this, just because it's kind of neat to look at this kind of thing retroactively. Like, you can see Dave Winfield makes it in, but Kirby Puckett on his first year on the ballot, he doesn't. Gary Carter, 3 years. Fisk has been on the ballot for 3 years. Jack Morris, remember, he took him so long to get in, but he did eventually get in. Jim Rice eventually got in. Dwight Evans, unfortunately, did not. And you can see the likes of Andy Van Slyke getting dropped off the ballot this year. And Dave Stewart, which is sad, because Stewart was oh so good for those 4 years, and then not so good anymore. But anyway, all right, so we're back. We just finished up spring training. How did we do? I think we did pretty well. Yeah, 20-8. I was just simulating ahead, and I noticed I thought we were winning more games than we were losing, and it turns out we were. So, all right. As you can see, starting lineup gonna look pretty much the same as well as last year. In fact, I didn't even touch the lineup. This is the exact same lineup we had from the playoffs last year. And then when sorry, I got distracted for a sec. But yeah, when we're about 20 days or so into the year, I will call up David Eckstein, probably send down Neil Roberts unless someone gets hurt, and institute Ledesma as the backup unless he starts the year hitting about 500. And then as for the rotation, we've got the same exact rotation as last year: Saunders, Hudson, Wilson, Loaiza, Zito. Bullpen pretty similar. We're short in arm here, actually. I have too many guys. I knew it. What do we want to do? What do we have? Too many. Oh yeah, we don't. Why is Nixon on the team? That's why. Is he even? No, he's still star and a half. Yeah, goodbye. I hope he doesn't get claimed, but he might. But if he does, I don't care, because he's horrible. And we're gonna call up. We got to call up another reliever. I think it's gonna be. Probably should call up Blaine Neal, but he's another guy we're gonna wait 20 days in the season to call up. So the team will look a little bit different after we skip ahead a little bit in the season. But we've got 3 lefties in the pen for now: Romero, Mercado, Sanchez to go along with Williamson, Mercer, Jeff Shaw, the new addition, and Rudy Sienas, last year's reliever of the year winner in the AL. So, all right, we've got opening day. We'll take a look at the player rankings, top prospects, preseason predictions, all that good stuff that we love to dissect early in the year and then make fun of later in the year, of course. But anyway. So I feel pretty good about going into the year. Like I said, I know we had a disappointing playoff exit, but as I've said many times before, I tend to buy in that the playoffs are, for the most part, random. A lot of, randomness on small sample sizes and stuff like that. So, I wasn't too discouraged. Way more encouraged by the fact that we won 98 games. I will personally use the 162 game sample much more than the 3-game sample. So, anyway, let's look at the top of the prospects. Oh, we've got the number 2 prospect in baseball, Danny Knowlton. Alright, well, I mean, I wouldn't call him the number 2 prospect in baseball, but I think he's going to be a good reliever. I'll give you that much. Other than that, Albert Pujols, who was just drafted 3rd overall to the Mariners. That's our... Wow, I wish I had I saw it was Kadire and somebody else got picked over him, and I think those teams are probably... I think the Mets had the number 1 pick, too, actually, which is really bad. But, anyway. This guy looks like he's pretty good too. So let's take a look at the preseason predictions. Whoa, we're projected to win 107 games. That is absurd. I certainly don't expect to do that well, but looks like our rotation and our pitching staff is projected to be even better. Look at that. We have 4 projected top 10 pitchers. The only guy who's not here is Loiza. Zito looks like he's projected to take a step forward. You know, take that Tim Hudson kind of leap in the second year, like Hudson did. Wilson projected to be good. Hudson projected to be good again. Saunders projected to be good again. So a lot of stuff to be hopeful, but of course we got Chris Carpenter and Roy Oswalt. Was Oswalt draft? Yeah, 8th overall pick. Jesus. Yeah, Oswalt and Carpenter in Toronto, Mussina in Baltimore, and then the Yankees have Pettit and Brad Penny. So a lot of good pitchers in the AL East now. Do we have any top 10 hitters? No, we don't. And we're projected to win the most games in baseball, which would be pretty cool. So let's look at player rankings now. So we'll just take a look at this. Any Tampa Bay Devil Rays in this list? I don't think so. We're probably going to have a couple top 20 pitchers, though. Yes. Tim Hudson coming in at number 5, but no one else. Wow, I'm surprised. I thought Tony Saunders would be on there for sure, but wow, Saunders omitted from this list. That's kind of surprising, to be honest. But whatever. I ain't really that mad, baby. So let's also look at top prospects, and then we will get out of here. Of course, our system usually not regarded very highly, although we've produced pretty good players over the last couple of years, so it's hard to buy into these rankings too much. Do we even have a top 100 batter? I don't think we do. We definitely don't, but we do have a top 100 pitcher already. In fact, we have 2, Danny Knowlton and Blaine Neal, so a couple of relievers cracking the top 100 for us. So there you go. All right, that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let's delete all our messages and get ready for some baseball. Thanks for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I'm out. Peace.